Management of medically compromised patient, hematological disorders, hemophilia. Dentistry point of view. By definition, hemophilia is a hereditary bleeding disorder in which there is a partial or total lack of essential blood clotting factor. It is a lifelong disorder that results in excessive bleeding and many times spontaneous bleeding, which is very often is internal. Hemophilia A is the most common form, referred to as a classical hemophilia. It is a result of deficiency in clotting factor 8, while hemophilia B, Christmas disease, is a deficiency of clotting factor 9. This illness is a sex-linked recessive disorder. History of hemophilia, best known as of the hereditary bleeding disorder since 2nd century AD. First, it was coined by in 1820, originally termed haerophilia, that is love for hemorrhage, but over a time contracted to hemophilia. Hemophilia is often called the royal disease because it was carried by many members of Europe's royal families. Queen Victoria I of England was a carrier of hemophilia. First, there is a hemostasis. The major component of hemostasis includes, in hemostasis there is primary hemostasis, then there is secondary hemostasis. In primary hemostasis there is a constriction of the blood, vasoconstriction of the blood vessel, and then there is a platelet activation. Then fibrinogen and one will factor forms a platelet plug. Then there is a coagulation cascade carried on. The platelets plug with the help of thrombin, which converts fibrinogen into fibrin and forms a blood clot. This blood clot with plasmin, there is a fibrinolysis and clot degradation in secondary hemostasis. Three pathways that make the classical blood coagulation pathway. There is the intrinsic, then there is the extrinsic, and there is a common pathway. Disorders of hemostasis. The hemophilia are the disorder of hemostasis resulting from a deficiency of a clotting factor that promotes the formation of the fibrin clot, termed procoagulants. Hemophilia is an inherited bleeding disorder affecting approximately 1 in the 5,000 males. Hemophilia A or classic hemophilia is a deficiency of factor 8, also known as anti-hemophilic factor. It is the most common form of hemophilia and is inherited as a X-linked recessive trait. Therefore, males are affected and females are the carrier, and there is no male-to-male transmission. Hemophilia B or a Christmas disease is caused by deficiency of factor 9, plasma thromboplastin component, factor 9, 11, plasma thromboplastin angiotensine deficiency, referred to as hemophilia C or a Rosenthal's disease, is inherited as a autosomal recessive trait with the male and female equally affected. Hemophilia inheritance. If a father is not hemophilic and mother is hemophilia carrier, then the offspring will be son with no hemophilia, daughter will be the carrier, son may be a hemophilia, or a daughter who is not a carrier. And if father is hemophilic and mother is not a carrier, the son will not have hemophilia, but the daughters will be carrier of hemophilia. And if the father is hemophilic and the mother is a carrier, then the son can be hemophilic or not hemophilic, and the girl can also be hemophilic, and daughter will be hemophilic, yeah, carrier. Procoagulant classification. Factor 8 and 9 deficiency are subcategorized based on level of Factor 8 and 9 deficiencies are subcategorized based on the level of procoagulant. Normal range of procoagulant is 55 to 100%. A severe deficiency less than 1%. There is a moderate deficiency level between 1 to 5%. It's a mild deficiency level greater than or equal to 5%, less than 50%. Hemophilia A, also known as classic hemophilia or factor 8 deficiency, anti-hemophilic factor. People with this type of hemophilia has low level of blood clotting factor 8. Most common type, there is a mild hemophilia A, do not have any spontaneous bleeding, but unusual bleeding occur with surgery and tooth extraction. People are usually diagnosed with this in later life. Moderate hemophilia A, less frequent bleeding episodes are seen. Sometimes spontaneous bleeding, delayed oozing after minor injury, and usually diagnosed before 5 to 6 years. Severe hemophilia A, spontaneous joint or deep muscle bleeding, usually diagnosed within first 2 years of life. Injury occur. Injury to the blood vessel results in bleeding. There is a vasoconstriction normally, along with the other substance, and clotting factor 8 causes a strong platelet plug to form, and the stable fibrin clots and over the blood over a seal, and then the injury, and there is a bleeding stoppage. But with hemophilia A, there is a log of clotting factor 8 causes a weak platelet plug to form, and incomplete or delayed fibrin clot allow the bleeding to continue. Hemophilia B, also known as Christmas disease or factor 9 deficiency. People with this type of hemophilia have low levels of blood clotting factor 9. The two different types of hemophilia are caused by permanent gene change mutation. Mutation in the factor 8 gene causes hemophilia A. Mutation in factor 9 gene causes hemophilia B. It is not a funny disease. Hemophilia C, factor 9, plasma thromboplatin incident deficiency, also referred to as hemophilia C or Rosenthal disease. It is an inherited autosomal recessive trait. Male and female offspring equally affected and more frequently observed in those of Aziz Jewish descent. General symptoms of hemophilia: there is a bleeding in joint and muscle and cause pain and swelling, frequent nosebleed and abnormal bleeding after injury or surgery, blood found in the urine, and easily bruising can be seen. Signs and symptoms: external bleeding may include bleeding in the mouth from a cut or a bite, or from cut or loosening or teeth, nosebleed for no obvious reason, heavy bleeding for a minor cut, bleeding from the cut that resumes after stoppage from a short bleed. Internal bleeding may include blood in urine, blood in stool, large Bleeding in the joints. Bleeding in knees, elbows, or other joints is another common form of internal bleeding in the people who have hemophilia. Bleeding causes tightness in the joint with no real pain or any visible sign of bleeding. The joint then becomes swollen, hot to touch, and painful to bend. Bleeding in the brain, long lasting painful headaches, or a neck pain or stiffness, sudden weakness or clumsiness of the arm or leg, or a problem when walking. There is double vision and convulsion and seizures. Diagnosis. Screening test can be done. Blood test that shows bleeding. If the blood is clotting properly, complete blood count, activated partial thromboplastin time, prothrombin time, fibrinogen test, platelet count. Clotting factor test shows type of hemophilia and its severity. Normal there is 50 to 100%. Mild hemophilia there is less than 5%, but greater than 50%. Moderate hemophilia. In mild there is greater than 5% but less than 50%. In moderate there is 1 to 5%, and severe treatment. Hemophilia A treated by factor 8 concentrate is used. For routine hemorrhagic episodes, one-time contraction is approximately to the level of 40% to 50% will achieve hemostasis. Mild factor 8 deficiency is treated with desmopressin. Hemophilia B, factor 9 deficient hemophilia is treated with verified coagulation factor 9 concentrate. In the past, less pure prothrombin complex concentrate (PCC) were used. PCC contained with a vitamin K dependent coagulation factor in addition to factor 9. General management. Prevention of the wound and mucous membrane bleeding, local pressure bandages, suture, topical hemostatic adrenaline thrombin, immobilization of the bands, wounds, splinting, desmopressin. It is a synthetic analog of the natural pituitary hormone 8-arginine vasopressin. When given intravenously, subcutaneously, intranasally, causes rise in factor 8 activity and Wolfram factor. Peak levels are obtained approximately 1 hour after and via intravenous and subcutaneous route, and 90 minutes after the administration intranasally. Repeated administration of DDAVP may result in tachyphylaxia, reduction in expected response. Patient should be advised to limit the water intake to reduce the chance of hyponatremia. Replacement therapy, fresh whole blood, plasma derived clotting factor, fresh frozen plasma, cryoprecipitate, factor 8 and 9 concentrates are used. Hematomas and hemothrosis, elevation of the affected part, immobilization, splinting, bandages. Pain is relieved by analgesia like codeine, acetaminophen. Physiotherapies. Antifibrinolytic agents are the adjunct therapy for dental management of the patient with the bleeding disorders and are important for preservation and treatment of the oral bleeding. Aminocarpic acid and tranexamic acid dosage in children, it is 100 to 200 mg per kg orally. Subsequently 10 to 500 mg kg in adults, 3 gram orally 4 times daily. Tranexamic acid 25 gram mg per kg side effects: headache, nausea, dry mouth. Dental management: most hemophilic patients receive outpatient dental care routinely. Appointment should be arranged so that the maximum treatment is accomplished per visit to minimize the need for unscheduled factor infusion and hence cost. The dental procedure used in treating a patient with hemophilia do not differ from those used for unaffected individual. Pain control: analgesia, sedation can be done by nitrous oxide oxygen inhalation analgesia, necrotic analgesia, and acetaminophen. Contraindicated NSAIDs, intramuscular injection of the hypnotics, tranquilizing agents. Local anesthesia: the anesthetic is administered along with the coaxial surface of the tooth by placement of the needle into the gingival sulcus and the pedial space. A minimum of 40% factor correction is mandatory with the block anesthesia. Prevention of the dental disease: a program that includes dental toothbrushing, flossing, topical fluoride exposure, systemic fluoride administration, proper diet, and professional examination at regular intervals prevents dental problem. Rubber cap prophylaxis and supragingival scaling may be safely performed without prior factor replacement therapy. Minor bleeding can be readily controlled with local punctures, direct pressure with a moistened or topical bovine thrombin and local fibrin glue. Periodontal therapy: patients who require deep scaling because of the gross calculus initially undergo supragingival scaling. The tissue should be allowed to heal for 7 to 14 days till then the gingiva recede as edema and hyperemia dismiss. If the subgingival scaling is planned, replacement therapy must be considered, or appropriated frenectomy techniques are surgically acceptable. Both factor replacement and antifibrinolytic therapies are required. Restorative procedure: the patient with hemophilia should be allowed to consider the perspective of all the restorative procedures. Most restorative procedures are primary and permanent. Teeth are successfully completed without factor concentrate replacement using PDL injection of LA in mandibular block or a posterior alveolar injection. Factor concentrate replacement of 40% and antifibrinolytic therapy is required before injection. Thin rubber dam is preferred. Retainers should be carefully placed. Wedges and matrices can be placed conventionally. The preparation of the tooth for the cross crown requires caution in gingival preparation. Periphery wax is used on the impression tray to prevent the possible intraoral laceration. Pulpal therapy: pulp exposure is a primary treatment and the permanent teeth may be avoided if the carious dentine is not directly removed in one procedure. The pulpotomy or pulpectomy is preferred to extraction. Most vital pulpotomy or pulpectomy procedure can be successfully completed using local infiltration anesthesia. If the pulp of the vital tissue is exposed, intrapulpal injection may be used safely to control pain. Bleeding is controlled with pressure with the cotton page. Oral surgery: pre-operative evaluation and post-operative management of hemophilic patient undergoing extraction must be contracted with the hematologist. Patient with inhibitor should only be treated in hospital setting by those experienced in their management. For simple extraction of the erupted permanent teeth or multi-rooted primary teeth, 30 to 40% factor correction is administered within 1 hour before dental treatment. Antifibrinolytic therapy should be started immediately before and after the procedure and should be continued for 5 to 10 days. In general, use of suture should be avoided. In required cases, resorption sutures are recommended. for surgical extraction of impacted, partially erupted or unerupted teeth. Higher factor levels are targeted before surgery. For simple extraction, if there is a complete tooth development, factor replacement therapy may be required. If only partial root reformation, antifibrinotic therapy and local anesthetic agents are required. Orthodontic treatment. Early recognition of an orthodontic problem is important. It is as selective guidance can diminish or eliminate the complex orthodontic problem. Care must be taken in adaptation and placement of the band to prevent laceration of the oral mucosa. Preformed orthodontic bands and brackets should be used. Oral hygiene is important to avoid inflamed edematous and hemorrhagic gingival tissue. Conclusion. Oral trauma is a common occurrence during childhood. Blood loss from the oral cavity is easily underestimated or overestimated. Specific tests should always be done before any invasive dental procedure. Management of the bleeding injuries include hemotomas in the oral cavity of the patient with the bleeding disorder may require a combination of factor replacement and antifibrinotic therapy as well as the treatment with the local hemostatic agent. Thank you.